It's time to take action. Balanced life, happy life. Business basics. Okay, this is the second video in this series, and this is 4B. The nuts and bolts of building your Nikken business from A to Z. This is section B, business basics. So in the first video, you got information about the product, the packages of products, and the wellness home, and some examples of the benefits that you would get from using the product in that sense. Now we're going to talk about some business basics. It's time to switch gears a little bit here and take a look at the business side of things, how it works best, and what activities you need to learn and understand to make this work. It starts with a fundamental concept of communication, followed by agreement, followed by learning, and finally followed by doing. Now, each of these concepts will be laid out for you to easily follow along and learn. There's also some great tax benefits for becoming a distributor. Some of the products that you order in your wellness home could be used to demonstrate or loan out so that the potential customers or new distributors that you're working with can try the products before they buy. This was a very successful method of doing business. And you would want to discuss all of these benefits with either your sponsor, your mentor, your tax preparer. You can find all kinds of information on the internet. There's books that have been written about this. And of course, you can visit the IRS website as well. It starts with communication. In simple terms, our whole business is based on communicating what we have to others with the idea of creating interest so that they want what we have. I mean, that's makes sense with all people that have a product or all businesses that are trying to market something. So this could be business interest, it could be product interest, or it could be social interest. That's the key. We've got to find out which one. So from your perspective, it's your ability to communicate in a way that the person you're speaking with will see and understand what you're talking about, get the basic information so that they can then think with that information to deal with their issue, their situation. And this is how it works. If they got a problem and they see a solution, then they can act on it. Or if they have a dream that they're going after and they see this could be a good way to get it, that's what attracts attention. What we know is that the more the person can use what you say, the better. So let's deal with this. In looking over the organizations of the most successful and understanding the nature of the people involved, we know it started by finding a key partner who needed similar results or benefits as the individual they were talking with. And it starts with two agreeing to build the business. This is the beginning of how this works and continues to work. It's called word of mouth. When agreement is formed, then collaboration, ideas, willingness, and accountability take hold. And it's kind of like a winning team with everybody on the same page. There's an awful lot of agreement that the team will win that makes it move forward and get those kind of results. You're more apt to push and work harder when you have agreement with other people that are doing the same thing. You learned that one of the first things you want to do is figure out what you want from doing this business. This then is the solution you're using to solve the problem or issue or the desire that you're having. The key to this concept is that this is your goal and the reason why you're doing this. Now, if you tell others this with passion, enthusiasm, and intention, they kind of get the idea that you're serious about what's going on. And guess what happens? If they're interested in getting what similar to what you are showing them that you're going after, then this opens the door. Bingo. They can become very interested to learn more. And that's the whole idea of you knowing what you want and having a firm grasp on how you'll get it done. So on the next slide is an example of an approach to kind of get this kind of ball rolling, and another aspect of what you got to start doing. So this is an example of a solution approach. It's a little bit of a story. It was a real life situation for somebody, and it's what they use to then talk to other people about. The idea here is take a look at this, read through it, and then use it as kind of a platform to then carve and create your story and your approach for the people that you're going to talk to. I was in a business representing a manufacturer in another state. My partner and I had a territory in Southern California with a number of dealers. And suddenly, without warning, the manufacturer went out of business, couldn't provide us with the product we needed. And my partner and I were kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, and we really didn't have any options readily available to solve this problem because we were dealing with a very unique product. Interestingly enough, and for whatever reason, I received a call from a past associate who wanted me to look at a new company coming from Japan with some very interesting products. You know, I'd worked with him in the past, and because of a lack of success, kind of told him I really wasn't interested. And besides, at the time, we were knee deep in our situation, and it was a huge problem. Needless to say, after 3 or 4 months, there was no solution. And we basically had to close up shop. No one was calling me to go to work. And so I decided to look into this new business from Japan. And this is where I got into some in-depth conversations. This was really important because here I learned everything about this company, this new venture. And I found myself a mentor, somebody I could talk with, and who taught me what I needed to know to make it work. And what I saw, and I got very excited about, was that this could be a solution to my issue. And at that time, it was making a living to support the family. What I saw was how the business worked and what I needed to do. I knew I could do the work. And with that, I went to work just like I'd done with every other job I did. All right. So what that did was it set up the ability to then talk with people. And we're going to, in a couple of slides, see what the next aspect of this was, but you'll get some instructions on what to do with this shortly. Now, you might want to take a break here with that in mind and start writing out, some bullet points on why you would be doing this business and what issue, what problem, what desire do you have, so you can start looking at the solution and understand what the solution could be for you to get that. And the idea here is that when your objectives are similar to those that you speak with, then you have an excellent chance, a more than excellent chance, of getting into a serious talk about this. Now, the more confident you are about your direction, your solution, the easier it is for others to see and follow. So that's the objective here. So if you want to play around with that, good. If not, later, then continue on. By survey, we have found that most people don't know how this business actually works. Now, that may sound strange, but it's quite true. They've never really had good advice. They've never had specific education or the right mentor to guide them properly. There are many areas that they are confused with and don't understand. So it's a known fact that when you don't understand, then more than likely you won't do, or you'll do it wrong. Now, most compensation plans are very wordy, and you might have felt that in the previous video about the wellness home prices and the commissions, and we're going to clear that up shortly. And they're all based on numbers. So if you have trouble in this area, it can really prevent understanding, success, and a willingness to move forward. So the next step is to learn how the business works and what you must do so that you can lead the way and teach others what to do and then get what you want. All right, so how does the business work? Well, we do two things. We sign up new distributors and we find customers. Now, in the process of signing up new distributors, they in turn sign up new distributors and find new customers. And this process repeats itself. It's been going on for decades. When the focus and the direction to do so exists, this is critical here. The picture on the top left is an example of an organization where you have helped one distributor reach the gold level. That's the second leadership level. One has reached the platinum, which is the third leadership level, and one has reached silver. That's the first leadership level. You're going to get that in the next video section. And you can see that the platinum, that's the P here, has leaders and they go down 5 generations below them. And basically, this is how the business works, you see. So both the platinum and the downline leaders and yourself are motivated, and their business is growing. And this will continue when you work at the bottom and help that happen, as you see in the bottom picture, which is directions as to where that you need to work and why that's so important. All right, we'll get more on this in the coming videos. All right, let's now move back to the story for a bit in your approach. So after that piece of information, because that adds to the story. And so after creating my plan, I realized that I can get what I want if I do the right activities. And when I looked at who I wanted to work with, I thought of you and thought, we could probably work very well together. So here's the question. I mean, would you be interested in making some serious extra money with me? And now, that question opens up, again, if you're talking to somebody that's interested, this is going to register. If you're talking to somebody that's not interested, it won't. But this is the idea. So they answer, well, sounds pretty interesting. What else can you tell me? Now your facts about Nikken come into play. So Nikken, company I'm working with, has been in business since 1975, and they've developed an exceptional product line directed at the wellness industry. And we know that everybody's interested in wellness today. It's a proven fact. And now, besides the products, Nikken's also provides us with an opportunity. They got an e-commerce system, a website, social media support, a warehouse with products. I mean, it's got everything you need. And I realized that my job is to help them set up the distribution, and I can do that in any one of 11 countries. So what I want to do is show you what we could create together. And is that something that you would be interested in taking a look at? Or, does that work for you? Or, whatever the question is, to get that agreement, and we'll hear about that. And then you could go into the next question. Well, what kind of monthly income would you be excited about to move forward? Because this is going to tell you where they're at. And if they are interested or they do need to earn a living, then this is going to pique their attention, and you'll get into that serious conversation. And this bodes well with this topic of why people work. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's to generate an income. But when they decide on working, this is the key, and these are the main reasons: company history, company values, work location, work hours, benefits, technologies, opportunity for growth, recognition, work-life balance, income, and responsibilities. So Nikken has a rich history. It's been in business for almost 50 years. The 50th anniversary is next year. The company values are exceptional because of the 5 pillars of wellness. Healthy body, healthy mind, healthy family, healthy society, healthy finances. The key is balance. And this is a hot topic today because of the stress and what's going on in our world and our society. Now, work location, this is a unique situation because you can work in anywhere of 11 countries, but you can work from home. So that opens up a lot of latitude for where and how you go to work. And we're finding out, again, specifically because of COVID, that when people started moving home, they found it much better, less stress for some, and, took a while to get used to, but very advantageous. Work hours, you set the hours that you want to work. Benefits, you'll see the benefits coming up in the packages that are available and what you can do here and how you can benefit from being involved. Technologies, we have a lot of very unique technologies to Nikken that nobody else has, which puts us in a position that we eliminate a lot of competition. There's obviously areas of competition, but that's fine because we have superior products. Opportunity for growth, you start at the bottom, you go to the top, it's unlimited where you can go. So that's all we strive for, is the opportunity for growth. Recognition is a huge part of what we're involved with. We recognize people for everything they do. And of course, that's part of the fun of participating, is to be recognized for accomplishing your goals and reaching, high levels in the company. It's there's a lot of fun, a lot of rewards, and a lot of benefits to that. Work and balance is the philosophy of Nikken. It's the 5 pillars of health, and the key to it is a balanced lifestyle. So you blend everything together. It's a fabulous way to go. And we have a special program called Humans Being More, which deals with the 5 pillars and teaches how to implement that into your life and your lifestyle. The income that comes along with this program is up to you. You decide what kind of income you want to get. You'll understand what you need to do. Then you go to work to get that done. And so that's pretty much limitless. And then here's your responsibility. It's your responsibilities to yourself and to your group and your organization that you create. And this allows you to focus on what you do is for your benefit. It's a fabulous way to go. So the next part of this is to talk about the money along with how it works in creating your organization. This is the end of section B. So now what you want to do is if you need to review this or move on to section C and watch that video.